Hello and welcome to Talking It. I'm going to do this type of video once a week and we'll be talking about everything from Doctor Who, my pet subject EastEnders of course, and everything geek, any TV show, any movie, anything. And if you ever want to talk about something, you want me to talk about something, let me know. Also, what I want to start doing is maybe have some Skype chats with people who are interested in the TV shows I'm interested in, are interested in the movies I'm interested in. I'm into like the geek stuff, Star Wars, Superman, all types of superheroes, the soaps, the UK soaps, lots of different things, Arrow, everything. So if you guys want to do that, that will be great. Right, first of all, I want to talk about Doctor Who. I want to talk about last week's, briefly talk about last week's and this week's Doctor Who episodes. First of all, Into the Dalek. Into the Dalek was a much better episode than Deep Breath. I thought Deep Breath was very mediocre, quite boring, and I thought it was kind of quite a shallow kind of piece of work by Stephen Moffat. And the lesbian kiss in Deep Breath didn't offend me, didn't bother me, but it was pretty pointless, and the point was mute, really. I thought we had too much of Vastra and Jenny, and I love Vastra and Jenny normally, I think they're brilliant, but we had too much of them, and their scenes together were just weird. It wasn't the Vastra and Jenny that I'm used to, and that's because Stephen Moffat took them and did something else with them. But anyway, I'm meant to be talking about Into the Dalek and the Robot of Sherwood. Into the Dalek was an excellent episode, a really great imaginative concept, which was that inner space concept. The Doctor and Clara being injected, miniaturized, so they could go into this Dalek. I thought it was brilliant. I loved the concept of the good Dalek. That really freaked the Doctor out as well, which was brilliant. It was great to see inside of a Dalek before. I thought that was a lot of fun, but my favourite bit had to be the introduction of Danny Pick, played by Samuel Anderson. I thought they're really brilliant concept for Danny Pink from what we've seen, what I've heard, and what my sources have told me about Danny Pink is very exciting. The most exciting thing is that he's a soldier. I love the way he teared up when his students asked him if he'd ever killed anyone before, and that was kind of interesting to see the tear coming from his eye. That was quite emotional. Already I was kind of emotionally linked to him. So I'm really excited about this character, and I think there's a lot of potential there. And I think from what Samuel Anderson said, some hints here and there, it looks like he's going to be an ex-unit soldier. I think he has travelled in time before, mainly to the future. I think he is from the future. His sister, the girl from Into the Dalek, which we're not meant to know is his sister, but pretty much is. I do believe these two are the replacements for Clara. I think they will be travelling with the Doctor. Which Doctor they'll be travelling with next season, I don't know. Basically, if you don't know my theory is basically, very quickly, that Peter Capaldi is the Master and Matt Smith is still the Doctor, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see Matt Smith's Doctor in heaven with Missy. Which reminds me, who is Missy? Are we all kind of excited about this Missy stuff? I'm not that intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued, and I'm kind of, who is she? But I'm more kind of excited about Danny Pink. I think that's a character we can really embrace because there looks to be a lot to him. I am interested in her and I want to know who she is, but right now it's not really something that I'm really obsessing over. But it's a great, I think, again, another great Stephen Moffat arc that we're all trying to work out what it's all about. But yeah, so Into the Dalek, the Danny Pink stuff was my favourite stuff. The least interesting stuff about him is that he kind of fancies Clara. That's kind of boring, but it is kind of interesting. Is he there because he wants to get to the Doctor? We don't know. We don't know what's going on here. But there's obviously something a bit deeper going on with this character, and I'm really excited by Danny Pink. And if Danny Pink and his sister do join the Doctor next season, that really will be awesome. And I think they'll probably be the best companions we've had since the show come back, in my opinion. It probably means we won't have this Doctor, I love you crap. And it's more, don't get me wrong, loved Rose, especially in season 1. I loved Martha. I absolutely adored Donna, and even Wilf was brilliant. And Amy and Rory grew on me in the end. And even what we're getting this year, really, with Clara, and what we had last year was amazing. I like Clara as well. You know why I was in an R and actually forgot Clara's name? Yeah, great Doctor Who fan I am, right? But so Into the Dalek, I would say what should I say, 7 out of 10? Yeah, because I think I'd be a bit harsh. Right, before I go and talk about the robot Sherwood, I just want to say this. There's a lot of fuss about Doctor Who ratings. Doctor Who just gets overnight ratings just over 5 million viewers, which is the same as last year, overnight. Brilliant ratings, and all in all, when they're all added up, it's about 7.5 million, which are brilliant ratings. It's the number 2 show on a Saturday night. Of course, we want it to be the number 1 show. I don't think while Stephen Moffat's running things that will ever happen. He has driven a few people away. Love Stephen Moffat. I'm not a Stephen Moffat hater, but we have to be honest. His way has kind of pushed a few people away, and I think the whole point of bringing Capaldi in, an older Doctor, was to bring a lot more of the purists back. But I think they're not coming back. But I don't think it's the end of the world. These ratings will not harm the future of Doctor Who. All we have to wonder now, will Capaldi be back for a second season? If my theory is right, that he's not the Doctor and he's the Master, obviously he won't return next season unless he's returning as the Master. I do believe that, I think because Matt Smith's got a lot of film roles to do, 1 or 2 at least, and obviously he's got this Terminator gig now as well. I think this is my theory, that he's been given the time off to do it, because I think during season 6 he spoke about beating Tom Baker's record, and I mean, you do not say something like that then leave the show. So, and the way the 11th Doctor regenerated into the 12th Doctor doesn't ring true to me. It was just too sudden. It was like, it was boof, and to me that was like Stephen Moffat trying to give us a clue. So I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to the finale to see how it all pans out, and if I'm right or not, you never know. If I'm wrong, all you kind of naysayers who think I'm a nutter, and I am a nutter by the way, can tell me, Mike, you were wrong. Wouldn't that be good to tell me I was wrong? People are queuing up in my life to tell me I'm wrong. So it's going to be a great thing for you guys. Right, moving on. Robot Sherwood, really enjoyed it. I thought it was such an amusing, entertaining episode. Favourite line when the Doctor was taking a mickey out of Robin Hood for laughing all the time, laughing about nothing. Because, of course, in the Errol Flynn movie, if you ever see it, it's all and while they're drinking jugs of beer and stuff. So that was great. I thought Mark Gatiss wrote a great, entertaining episode. My only beef with it is too much Clara, not enough Doctor. I love Clara, as I said. I love Jenna Coleman, as she's calling herself now. I don't know why she dropped the Louise, but that's her business, isn't it? But I love Jenna Coleman. I think she's a great actress. I used to love her in Emmerdale, by the way. She's a wonderful girl, a wonderful performer, great talent. But too much Clara, not enough Doctor. My only beef with it, this is the Doctor show. And by the way, about something I missed about Into the Dalek, the slap Clara gave the Doctor. If a man did that on television, there will be an outcry by every woman, every teenage girl, but it's all right to slap a guy. Did he really deserve that slap? Really? He was only talking. He might be talking nonsense, but did he deserve the slap? I don't personally think so, and I think this is the double standard gender issues that we've got in today's society, where women can do what they like to men, pour beer over their heads. When I'm in charge of a big TV show, maybe a soap, I'm going to write something where the guy finds out his girlfriend's cheating and he pours a pint of lager over her head, and I'm sure all the women will be outraged. Well, I'm fed up with this double standard society, girls, and I'm going to do something about it. Power, men power, and all that. Great, isn't it? Right. So basically, the Robot Sherwood was highly entertaining. Of course, we didn't see Missy this week, but we saw kind of a little clue to Moffat's arc, which he's carrying on with, which was quite fun. So we didn't really. This was really a light-hearted, kind of a fillery kind of episode. And finally, on the Robot Sherwood, weird title, wasn't it? It's seen as loads of robots. So someone else doing a review actually said that. But the gold arrow thing that helped the spaceship kind of get more energy and shoot off. Everyone's going, "No, that wouldn't happen." Doesn't matter. Just enjoy it. It was a great solution. You're all always moaning about the Doctor always using the sonic screwdriver as a solution, and that should never happen. I don't mind that, by the way. I love the sonic screwdriver. It's like Harry Potter and his wand. Sometimes he uses it to solve a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the Doctor's knowledge with the sonic screwdriver that helps solve the problem. And by the way, I'm actually one of those people who wants the Doctor to be the hero all the time. I want the Doctor to solve the problem rather than the companion. So yeah, all this kind of moaning about the arrow thing can kind of, we're losing our imagination these days, aren't we? Can't we just let the imagination go and just say, well, maybe in the Doctor Who universe that would work. We don't know. We're not there. We're not flying in the TARDIS with the Doctor, even though, yes, I know, it's not real. We seem to tear things to pieces too easily these days, don't we? And we don't, I mean, people are so rooted in the real world these days. Maybe a good thing. To me, it's not. I've always kind of been out there with the stars and like to imagine, and I've got a really vivid imagination. When I'm writing stuff, you know, I'm out there, but yeah, don't tear things up all the time. Every work of art has flaws. Nothing is perfect. Nothing. Even the stuff that you like, that you think is amazing, from other Doctor Who eras or other stuff that you watch, doesn't mean it's perfect to everyone. All art is flawed, but that's the whole fun of art and being creative. You're always going to have flawed stuff. You can go back and back and back and fix this and fix that, but really, it's more fun if you leave it as it be. And I hear a lot of people as well talking about Doctor Who and talking about resolutions and Moffat. I mean, at the end of last season, they were talking about resolving all the Matt Smith mysteries and all that. I think the best stories don't have a resolution. You leave the audience guessing and thinking for more. Of course, you have a kind of ending and a kind of resolution, but you shouldn't just close things off. I think the great thing about the season 8 finale of 24 was that we could imagine that Jack Bauer was still out there and doing his thing, and I thought that was a lot better than him getting married and falling in love with someone. Boring, you know, put the kettle on kind of thing. So yes, so I'm enjoying this season of Doctor Who so far. I'm not over the top loving it, but I love Capaldi. I love the arcs, what they're doing, and I think it's a slow burn this season with Doctor Who, and you can tell that. But I think when we get to the meat of the sandwich, I think next week's Listen is going to be a really dark episode, and I think it's going to be amazing. And Stephen Moffat's penning that one, has written that one, and I think I'm really glad to see Stephen Moffat writing a few more episodes this year. I always prefer it when it's the showrunner that's writing the episodes. I feel that we're going to get something special. I think it's like getting a royal visit or something. You think, yes, he's written it. He's the brains behind it. That's what I want to see. So, as far as I'm concerned, Doctor Who is still at a good standard, as it has been under Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat for quite a few years now. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to be cancelled. There's not going to be a year off. We all have our opinions about New Who and the negatives and the positives of it, but I wouldn't be without it. It's been fantastic to see that British directors, British writers, British producers can produce something at fantasy at the level of Doctor Who. Keep it up, because the Americans are really jealous. Just quickly tell you about a few stories that I'm writing. First of all, Trapped is a concept I've had for quite a few years now. It pretty much is about people discovering that the town is being blocked up by mysterious metal-looking walls on the entrance and exits. They awake one morning, and I mean, it's snowing in July. These mysterious walls are blocking the entrance and exits, and nobody knows what's really gone. So I'm actually really working on that one right now. Also, there's another story called Finding Claire, where a guy discovers his girlfriend has vanished and his life is turned upside down when he decides to travel the world to try and find her. But where is she? Is she running away from something or running towards something? I will give you a little clue about Claire, the character. She's actually an alien and she's running towards something. So that's Finding Claire. And I did part one on a video of my part one fiction, Alone. Alone is basically the story of a guy who wakes up and he's alone in the world. There's no one left in the world apart from him. He doesn't know what's going on. He keeps on hearing loud sounds underground. He doesn't know what's going on. And he's panicking. Obviously, there's no water, there's no food, there's no electric, there's no internet, of course. And that's basically the idea. And if you watch the video, and it's on my YouTube channel, Mike Menas. If you go on there and watch, it's a 2-minute video, and he's just panicking and he's talking into the tablet, hoping someone could still listen. Obviously, once the battery life of that tablet runs out, he's screwed. But what's going on underneath, under the ground? Well, that will be something we'll be dealing with in a second season. So them are 3 stories at the moment. I want you to follow me on Twitter. I'm EastEnders Mad. Follow me on Facebook or add me. I'm not one of those a-holes who gets angry if someone I don't know follows me. I'm Mick Menas on Facebook. So, get involved. My main thing at the moment, of course, is my Facebook page. I want to run EastEnders, because if you've seen my video, I want to run EastEnders. I'm really passionate about this. I have a concept. I've just put an excerpt of my EastEnders fiction, Black Widow, on my Facebook page. I want to run EastEnders. It's an excerpt of my short fiction. It's basically Ian talking to Chrissy Watts. So if you want to check that out, go over to my Facebook page. I Want to Run EastEnders. That's all for now. We'll talk later. It's going to take ages to upload this. I know there's better work this time. We'll speak again. See ya.